This isn't just a blank dev board you start from scratch with. It's more like a ready-to-use HMI platform, so human machine interface platform built around the ESP32 and quite a few other ESP microcontrollers and wireless antennas. In this video, I'm going to show you an unboxing, show what's pre-installed, and then actually try using it to show you how it works in a real-world application. Basically what works well and where it might fall apart a little bit, but actually I've found it to be very good. So first impressions, this is a lot bigger than ESP32 projects you've probably seen in the past. You can see it's got a 10.1 touchscreen display, and at that point is basically in the tablet territory. On the display module, we've got a driver board with the usual way of powering it through USB-C. From first impressions, the build feels closer to a industrial style design rather than a hobby dev kit. So I think that's quite good. So especially if you're implementing this in an industrial environment where you want a kind of standalone display but programmed to your own needs. It is configured or kind of geared towards AI as it seems to be advertised on the website for Elecrow. Now, for full transparency, Elecrow sent me this display free of charge for the purpose of making a review video. They haven't paid me to say anything specific. They haven't said that I have to be, praiseful of this product. So I can be as critical as I like. And more importantly, they haven't asked to review the video before I publish it. So I'm not going to sugarcoat my opinions or anything like that. So I will tell you my honest opinion. Like you can see on the screen now, got ESP32-P4, which is the main controller. Obviously, you got a display interface, and then you've got some add-on controllers as well. So I think the small ESP on the side is a ESP32C6. So that kind of gives you Matter, Bluetooth, and things like that. And you've got lots of options for wireless antennas and things like that. And you can have a camera connected to this as well. So you've got an FPC connector for the camera. The kit that I've got came with the camera kit, but I think it's an optional extra that you have to buy. All right, so let's power it up and see what we actually get out of the box. So this is running a preloaded firmware with a graphical interface, and I think it's built on LVGL. That is what's advertised on the website. The touch response is quite good, and I didn't need to calibrate it at all. So that's a good sign for the programming. So you've got a basic dashboard style pages over here. So camera settings, a game, calculator. So a simple UI just built for demonstration. Obviously you can build your own using LVGL as well. So again, it feels very premium. For the price, I think it's doing very well. So it's $60 on the Electro website. But for that, I think you get a lot from this. And obviously it's very responsive in terms of touchscreen response and how fast it loads the apps. So you got music player and things like that. Obviously the apps are quite basic. Later on, I will show you how it does with like facial recognition and people detection as well, which is one of the features I want to explore further in the future. So let's go through what we actually have here. You've got a set of UI pages, buttons, toggles, obviously, swiping animations with touchscreen, pause button, so simple buttons basically. Then you got swipe up and swipe down for bringing your menus or going back a screen. Now to test it properly, I did plan on making some projects on this. Unfortunately, I struggled to find a schematic that kind of links the ESP32P4 to the ESP32C6 because I wanted to build a smart home device. I will still do that. I think it just will take me a little bit longer. I think this will be a very good platform for like a smart home, like border router, something like that maybe. Now, the important bits. Where does it struggle? I think the data on the website could be a little bit more. I'm struggling to find the schematic, like I've said before. I would hope that it is available somewhere. I've not spent the most amount of time looking for it, but I'll let you know as soon as I find it, and I will put a link to it in the description below. Obviously, the boot time, as you saw when I first turned the display on, is not instant, but again, it's not too long as well. I think it was maybe 10 seconds, a little bit less than that. So I think for the best use cases, I think you want like industrial style control panels with like a basic enclosure. Now I'm thinking obviously a smart home dashboard. If I can build or 3D print a nice enclosure for it, I think I could get something working. And I get a ready to use touchscreen with all the kind of the interfaces that I need. So in terms of power, wireless connectivity, USB input, power management, it's all sorted out already. So, it's ready to go. It's got speakers in there as well. So obviously, if you wanted to custom build something, you can probably make it cheaper and to your own dimensions and everything. But as a fast prototyping platform for ESP32 based interfaces, you don't have to start from zero, and it works basically. I don't think it replaces like a full-size tablet, obviously, because that's running a lot more powerful microcontroller. But this, as you can see on the interface, is plenty good enough. So overall, this Elecrow ESP32-P4 HMI, it's quite interesting, and I definitely want to do a lot more projects with it, because obviously it gives me a platform where I can develop a lot of things, and I don't have to mess around with hardware as well. It's not a consumer device, obviously, it's fully open. It's not a blank slate as well. So I think if you're trying to build something for like an industrial application, you can just pick this up, program it up, and you're ready to go. You're not messing around with hardware builds and hardware testing and things like that. So inevitably, if you're building hardware, you're going to go through one or two iterations at least. For me, the exciting bit is building a smart home device, and I would love to share that with you guys on this platform, as and when I get more time to kind of go through this and find the schematics and everything like that. This kit came with a lot of extras for me. So I've got a ESP32H2, I've got a 2.4 gigahertz wireless transmitter, and I've got a Wi-Fi halo as well. So all of that came with the kit. But if you want that for yourself, obviously that's an optional extra as well. So you can see that over here. You got all the add-on modules, and they just basically click onto the back. So they're easy plug and play kind of devices. I plug the camera in, obviously, and it works straight away. And I know when I search for Wi-Fi, without plugging in any of the add-ons, it's got Wi-Fi capability built into the demo code. One of the more interesting accessories included with this kit is the camera module. Rather than just using it to display a live video feed, the software also includes some built-in AI vision demonstrations. The first is person detection. So as you can see on the screen now, you got normal detect on. And as I move into the frame when person detection is on, um, the screen will highlight the person with a red square. Now my camera and the port and the stand is in the way. So I think it's a little bit tricky, but you can see the red box when it detects me. I think this kind of functionality will be useful for smart home interfaces, and also for like industrial systems where you need to know whether a person is present or not before like starting a device. On the screen now, you got the facial detection, so you can see it's picking up my eyes and mouth and everything like that. Instead of just recognizing a person is in view, the software attempts to identify the location of individual faces within the image. From what I tested here, this demo is performing face detection really well, even with my phone in the way and the phone stand in the way as well. And the detection is very quick for person detection and for face detection. The lighting conditions are not the best as well. Now, what's really interesting is that all of this is running on the ESP32P4 rather than a single board computer or something like that. So I think it's doing quite well for what it's got. Although these are just demonstration applications, I think, from what you can see on the software that's been written, I think it gives you a solid starting point if you're interested in building projects involving cameras and embedded AI as well. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this first look at the ESP32P4 HMI display useful. If there's anything specific you'd like for me to test or explore with this device, let me know in the comments below and I'll make a video for it. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and the best way of supporting this channel is through channel membership. I'll see you in the next one.